Hello, my name is Alberto, and my family and I have been members of West Hartford United Methodist Church for about 10 years now. As a kid, I remember occasionally going to church with my grandmother. I remember that prayer was important to her. She moved out of state when I was very young, therefore, I was not exposed to church once she moved away. I grew up in Hartford, and I grew up in Hartford. My parents moved every year and sometimes twice in a year. And it was always to go somewhere better. Even though we moved somewhere better, we seem to have the same struggles, just with a nicer view. No matter where we live, I always felt I was being treated as a second-class citizens, mostly because we spoke Spanish in our home. So building friendships was difficult, not just because of the language barrier, but also because I was always a new kid. I did not start taking English-speaking classes until the 5th grade. I was told I should feel privileged if I can get a job as a janitor or maintenance worker when I grow up, because those are good jobs for someone like me. These statements usually came from friends and family. In the 7th grade, I was told by one of my teachers, me and my class were told by this one teacher, that the odds of any one of us getting a white-collar job was very low, and we could forget about being president of the United States due to the fact that we live in low-income neighborhoods. So we should just focus on trade school instead of going to traditional college. At 12 years old, I thought that teacher was looking out for my best interests. I did not realize that he was holding me back. All my friends, families, and allies thought that this was okay and college would just be a waste of money. The last move we made in Hartford was to a housing project called Charter Oak Terrace when I was 12 years old. Remember, this was someone better than the previous apartment. Charter Oak Terrace is known for the drug activity and the gangs that ran the community. At this point, if I fail, my options are to be a drug dealer, a drug addict, or a gangbanger. And one good thing about where we lived was that there was a church right across the street from us. I remember how good it felt to go to church with my grandmother when I was a kid. So one Saturday evening, I went to the Spanish Mass by myself. I met some of the kids from the neighborhood and started participating in the youth group. This church became my safe place. I would come to church as much as possible, mostly by myself, because my mother would only go on certain occasions. I would always feel full after going to church. I realize now how important it is to have faith, that even though I was constantly reminded by people in a position of power, such as teachers, principals, police officers, that I should not have high expectations in life, the church taught me otherwise. That small church taught me that if I have faith and trust in God, I would be safe. I did not know what safe was until then. I learned what trust was from the interactions I had with leaders in that church. They taught me that we're all God's children, and we are all the same, no matter what language is spoken at home, no matter the color of your skin, no matter if you live in a housing project across the street or if you drive from West Hartford. We're all the same. In my hardest times, the church was always there for me, whether it was a young boy with my grandmother, a teenager who felt alone, a young man stationed at Fort Sill, Oklahoma for basic training. If it was not for faith, I would not be here. So I leave you with 1 John 3, verses 1 through 3 and verse 7. See what great love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God, and that this is what we are. The reason the world does not know us is that it did not know him. Dear friends, now we are children of God, and what we will be has not yet been made known. But we know that when Christ appears, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. All who have this hope in him purify themselves, just as he is pure. Dear children, do not let anyone lead you astray. The one who does what is right is righteous, just as he is righteous. Thank you.